Microcomputer is the smallest one and supercomputer is the very large computer system. Microcomputer is also called as personal computer or PCs. Supercomputers are used to set up in a room space, means it could occupy large space. Microprocessor which can process the 5 million of instructions per second in mini computers. Dear students, welcome to first PUC Computer Science classes. I am Ravi Kumar KR, lecturer in Computer Science, Vidhyaashram PU College, Temple of Excellence, Mysore. Students, let us start our session with the topics classification of computers and applications of computers. In our previous session, we have discussed about the classification of computer based on the principle of working. Now, here in this session, let us start with a classification of computers based on configuration. So, what is the meaning of configuration? Based on the performance, size, cost, and capacity. So, based on these factors, digital computers are classified into 4 different types. They are microcomputers, mini computer, mainframe computer, and supercomputer. So this is the classification based on the configuration in the sense performance, size, cost, and capacity. Considering these factors, computers are classified into these 4 types of computers. Now let us see. The first type is microcomputers. Now you can see the pictures, image here. This is PC computer. Nowadays we are using computers. There's a laptop, PC, desktop. All these are examples for microcomputers. Now you know what are the features of present day or microcomputers. Now microcomputer is also called as personal computer or PCs, and it was introduced around 1970, and the number of processors in the microcomputers will be 1 or 2 processor. Now you know the present desktop PC or what normally we use in our office everywhere, it is microcomputers. You know the size of the microcomputers, and inside that we can have 1 or 2 microprocessors. So it contains input device. You know we are using input device, output device, storage device, memory device, and processor. Actually, input device we are using keyboard, mouse, joystick. Yes, output devices we are using devices like printer and monitors, output devices, and storage devices. I mean memory devices. We are using hard disk, USB, and so on. So all these we are using nowadays in PCs, or it is microcomputer. It is used by one person at a time, or it is nothing but it is a single user system. I mean only one person can use the system at a time. So this is a single user system. And example, as I told you, PCs and Mac computers, desktop computers, portable computers, handheld computers are examples for microcomputers. And where we are using these PCs or microcomputers in offices, homes, in business, engineering, and different applications. So this is one type of configuration, that is microcomputers. Now let us see the second type of computers, that is mini computers. So look at the diagram of this. So this is the diagram, and what are the features of mini computers? Mini computers were introduced around 1916s, and it is larger and more powerful than personal computers. And if you look at the size of this, slightly larger than microcomputers and more powerful, and it is more powerful, and it can execute 5 millions of instructions per second. The main electronic component as what have studied under generation of computers, that is microprocessor. So microprocessor which can process the 5 millions of instructions per second in mini computers, and it generally consists of two or more processors. So, as we have seen in mini computers, there could be only one or two, but here we can have more than two or more processors. So, one processor can process these many millions of instructions. So, if you have more number of processors, obviously the performance will increase. So, this is mini computers, and mini computers can serve up to 400 connected users simultaneously. As in microcomputers, as I said, it is a single user system, but mini computer, it used to support 4,000 connected users simultaneously. I mean, it was a setup where 400 units, or we say terminals, can be connected to it. So 4,000 users can make use of the system or resources effectively or simultaneously. So examples VAX8800 and AS400 are belongs to mini computers, and these mini computers are used by small and medium sized companies or offices to provide a centralized storage of information. So these are the features of mini computers. Now let us move on to next classification. It is mainframe computers. Now you can look at the image of this. These are the setups of mainframe computers. Mainframe computers were introduced around 1975, and computer is very large computer in size. I mean, these mainframe computers very huge or very large in size, and they used to take a room space for setting up this type of computers, and it is more powerful than mini computer. So it is more powerful as compared to mini computers, and it consists of multiple processors. As we have seen in mini computers, one or two processor. In microcomputer, there are one or two processors. In mini computers, two or more processors. And if you talk about mainframe computers, there are might be around multiple processors, means more number of processors. So if there are more number of processors, obviously the performance will improve, and it is designed to perform multiple tasks and multiple users at the same time. So it used to support multiple tasks and multiple users at the time. So it used to support more large number of users. More number of users can to share its resources for different types of application. So this is mainframe computers. Now let us move on to next one. The mainframe computers can serve up to 50,000 users. So just if you compare this with the microcomputer, it is a single user, and mini computer, it used to support around 4,000 users. Now it is 50,000 users. Now by looking at this configuration, we can imagine how the powerful system was. And a typical mainframe computers can execute 16 millions of instructions per second. So this is the processing speed, and it used in large organizations. For example, airlines uses computers for ticket reservation system, and example for mainframe is NEC 610 and DC10 are the examples for mainframe computers. Now let us move on to next slide. This is a supercomputer. So the supercomputers were introduced around 1980s, and supercomputer is the fastest computer. Now as and today, if you talk about the fastest computer, that is supercomputer. So supercomputer is the fastest computer, and supercomputer is the biggest in size. This again, supercomputers are used to set up in a room space, means it could occupy large space, and it is most expensive in price. And Tata EKA, Param, Yuva, Cray XP, ETA10 and D Blue are examples for supercomputers, or these are the supercomputers. So if you talk about the classification of computer system, here based on the configuration, performance, size. So here there are 4 types, from micro to supercomputers. From micro to supercomputers, in every classification, the performance and its speed, everything is increasing from microcomputer to supercomputers. And the same time, the size of the computer is increased. I mean, the size of the computer is large. Microcomputer is the smallest one, and supercomputer is the very large computer system. So these are the classification based on its configuration, nothing but your performance, size, and speed. Now let us move on to the next concept. Our next one is uses of supercomputers, weather forecasting, animated graphics like Hollywood movies. Now you might have heard we are using computers in Hollywood as well as Bollywood movies. So they are using supercomputers for different animated graphic effect and fluid dynamic calculations, nuclear energy research in the field of space science, weapon and missile design in defense, and petroleum exploration. So these are all very, very important applications of supercomputers. So it is going to help us in different fields. Now let us move on to next one, that is applications of computers in general. So in general, where we can find computers in use. So let us list out one by one. Here first, in schools and colleges. Now we are using computers in our college for different application. If you talk about school office, for creation of your school ID cards and your mass card and your attendance, learning subject, maybe audio, video recording, everything what's happening now. I'm recording videos. We are using, this is one of the application in of computers in schools and colleges. Next application is banks. Now computers are used in creation of account in the bank, transaction, transfer of funds, alert messages. Almost all the activities of banks is happening through computers. Nowadays, all banks are computerized. If you talk about around 10 years back or 15 years back, all transaction in the banks or where it was a manual operation and they used to make use of lot of ledgers and it was on paper. Nowadays, all branches of banks are computerized. So all the activities takes place through computers. So examples like bank transaction, transfer of funds, or deposits, withdrawal, and you are getting, nowadays all of us will get alert messages, SMS. All these are applications of computers in banks. Next application in offices. In offices, we are using computer for documentation. So what is a documentation? It is nothing but draft letters, a different type of letters, applications, a form to be filled, all the activities. For all the activities, we are using computers. Also for payroll system, nothing but a salaries, to calculate salaries and auditing, tax, so many for different types of works we are using computers in offices. And next application is stock exchange. It is a field where one can sell and buy shares. So there also we are using these computers effectively. This is another application of computer system. Next application is research and development, or generally we say R&D. So it is going to help the new invention or design and implemented with the animated virtual view with the scientific and mathematical equations in the labs. So what is the meaning of research and development? And here, this nowadays we are using computers in labs where the scientists are using it for different inventions in their respective field. So this is the applications of research and development. Next one is entertainment and news. So nowadays we use computers for entertainment and also for news. See, we could able to get a news from different news channels, maybe the newspapers and so many different medias. So this is entertainment and news. Next one is government offices. So in almost all government offices nowadays we are using computers, and very good example for this is Aadhaar card application. See, whenever you are going to apply for Aadhaar card, now everything is online. You have to apply through online, and all everything is processed through computers. So this is one of the example for applications of computers in government offices. Next application is satellite communications. So this have led to the growth of information and technology, that is nothing but IT industry. Now usage here, browsing, surfing, chatting, email, everything, all these activities are happening through satellite communication. This is one of the important application of computer system. Next, publishing. What is publishing? Publishing is nothing but the process of making the works available to the public in the form of magazines, in the form of books, newspaper, music, film, and video. So all these informations are available to the public in different forms. This is nothing but publishing. Student, now let us see another application of computers in travel. So we are using computer system for a traveling purpose or mainly a navigational system. So what is navigational system? And very good example for this is what we are using nowadays in mobile system, that is mapping system. So we are using that application for to reach the destination easily. So that is also one of the applications of computer system. That is the meaning of navigation system. Apart from that, we can use computers for our to plan our trip. Along with this, air ticket and even hotel booking and reserve booking a car for our travel purpose. All this can be done with the help of computers. This is one of the application of computer system. Next application is computer aided manufacturing or CAM. The CAM, it refers to the use of computers in manufacturing unit or in manufacturing processing. Or very good example for this, or we can use this CAM or computer aided manufacturing in various industries like including oil drilling industries, power generation industries, food production, and automotive manufacturing. We are using computers in fabrication work. In the sense, we are using these computers in the industries in manufacturing different automobile parts or automobile vehicles. So that is the meaning of CAM or computer aided manufacturing. These are all different applications where we can use CAM. So it is another application of computer system. Thank you very much.